In this video, we're going to go over how to access the digital math notebook that's in each unit and how to distribute it to students. So first of all, you're going to access the supplemental planner. And like I said before, if you've already been there, you can just go through your Google Drive directly. Grade. I'm just going to type in some keywords just to kind of help me get there. PGCPS. See if that works. So yeah, I've already been there, and because I've already been there, it's it comes up PGCPS grade for Unit 1 Distance Learning Planner. So I'm going to click on that. So I'm in my supplemental planner. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and under Technology Integration and Other Resources for All Learners, we have the Digital Math Notebook for 4.1. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to force me to make a copy. I make that copy. You can rename it anything you want, but definitely tailor it to yourself. And so now you have a copy. So my preferred method is to distribute the notebook through Google Classroom. That way an individual copy is made for each student. So let's go over that. I'm going to go in to Google Classroom. I'll access my class. Then I'll do classwork, create, and then I will assign, or I could do material. I will assign. And then I'll just type in the title, 4.1 Digital Math Notebook. Add the link. And because it's, like I said, we just been to it on Google Drive, we can just click to Google Drive, and it probably should be one of the first things that come up under Recent. So I can click on that, hit Insert, and then instead of students can view the file, we wanted to make a copy for each student. And then from there, I'm not going to assign it, but you would go ahead and assign it to the students, and you can timestamp it so that it goes to them at a specific time. And a copy will get made of each individual math note. An individual copy will get made to each individual student. So another way you could do it. One of the drawbacks, by the way, of sending it out this method is anytime that the student, anytime you wanted to send it back to the students for them to kind of do some more work, you would have to go through and return it to each individual student. And that's one of the things that would have to happen in order for you to make sure that they can add to it at each time and go from there, because you can't necessarily reassign it to them. You would just kind of go back and click through and return it to each individual student. So another method, you could go to File. Well, first of all, it would be necessary for you to set up a folder, so we'll go over that. You might even want to put that in your Google Classroom. So we will go back to our folders. I'll go to My Drive, then I'll go to Classroom. Then I'll go to my demonstration class. This is the class that I'm kind of going through. And then I might, make myself a folder. I'll just say 4.1 Digital Math Notebook. Spell it right correctly. My eyes, I can't see. Here we go. From here, I've created a folder, and I'll start making copies. And then I'll just, start naming students. I might have my class list with me, and I'll just start naming students. And then I definitely need to make sure that I put the put the document in the correct folder. So I'll have to search for it again, classroom. And this is my demonstration class. And so from here, I hit select. And I think I misfired, but you get the idea. You would definitely just drop it in the folder. And so I go ahead and do it again. I'll do it one more time just to kind of go over it. Make a copy, entire presentation. This time I'm going to say Sally. Go ahead and find that folder. We go classroom. And demonstration class. Digital math notebook. Select. And I think this went into the right folder this time. So you would go through and again, just make the copies. The benefit of this method, and at each point in time, you would share this with the actual student. So now that I've made the notebook for Sally, I would go in and hit share. And then I would just type in the student's name. And then so that we have a folder, everything is shared with the actual student. So each time they need to make an adjustment to their math notebook, it's shared with them. You could instruct them to go to that notebook, and you don't have to return it to the student and go through that whole process of going back and forth with the student from there in that aspect. Those two different methods. The third method, you could actually just have the students make a copy of their own and share it back with you. And that might be a little bit quicker. So you would hit share. And you would change this link and just make it such that anybody with PGC can get access to it. You would copy the link. And from here, you could just kind of put it into the stream and and I'll just put 4.1 digital. I'm in Google Classroom right now, digital math notebook. And I'm going to add a link. What I'm going to do instead of this edit at the end, I'm going to erase that out. And then I'm going to put copy. And then I'll put post. So that way, anybody who clicks on that link, they'll be forced to make a copy, and then you would instruct them to share it back with you. Now, when they share it back with you, good idea is just to put it all in a single folder. So we went over 3 different ways in order to distribute digital math notebooks to students. One way is to make it an assignment in Google Classroom. The other way is to make copies and send it out to the students. And the other way is to make a copy or make the students forced to make a copy, and then they'll share it back with you.